There we go. Okay, so we are recording. And this is the German Gig meeting, November 12th. And our topic today is using the Family History Guide to aid your German research. And just to give you a quick introduction to the Family History Guide, and then I'll go on and we'll walk you through the web page. So the Family History Guide is a free website that represents the best-in-class learning environment for family history. Its scope is broad, but its focus is narrow enough to help you achieve your goals using step-by-step processes. Whether you're brand new to family history or a seasoned researcher or somewhere in between, the Family History Guide can be your difference maker. Just to let you know, I am the Director of Education for the Family History Guide. That's my other non-paid volunteer position that I have. So I am going to share my screen here. Let's see, share screen and the Family History Guide. So can you all see the Family History Guide?
Yes.
Okay, great.
No.
So the web page is thefhguide.com. So it's easy to find, thefhguide.com. And it's really helpful for a lot of different topics. If you want to learn how to use family search, you can go up here to the title and click on family search, and you can see it teaches you how to do the family tree, memories, descendants, discoverers, and different items, including indexing within family search. Same thing for ancestry. It has lessons for ancestry, my heritage, and find my past also. Okay. So these are really good ways to learn how to go through these websites. Over here in the introduction, they have these little 15-minute programs. And so, you know, this is just like, it says on a busy schedule, here are some tips for getting the most out of your family history experience with a limited amount of time. And so they give you ideas on how to utilize 15 minutes a day to be successful in your genealogy research. So, you know, basically schedule out your time, target the information you're going to be looking for. You know, figure out where you're going to be looking, select your topic, get your, you know, take those classes, because these lessons that they have in here, you can do these lessons in 15 minutes or less in most cases. Okay. And then you can track your online learning while you're doing this. So they have all sorts of great little ideas here. You know, learn how to make regular progress in your family history research 30 minutes at a time. And so on the Family History Guide, we have our own lesson plans, but we also utilize other lessons that are online. So in this case here, we're utilizing a lesson that's Family Locket, tips for researching in small increments of time. There's also a lesson here that we're utilizing from Ancestral Findings, 5 genealogy research time management tips. So you'll see that we don't recreate the wheel on here. We gather in the information that's already out there on the net and provide a way for you to utilize that information more efficiently. You can go down here and there's a part for beginners. And the beginners program is, you know, you're just getting started. So we start you out with computer basics, okay? And then the terms to know, and then the how to use the Family History Guide and its partners. So these are very basic sort of ideas when we say, you know, for the beginners. There's also a computer basics class that's in here. And, you know, the basics, the Mac basics, Gmail, Google Apps, PCs, you know, social media. So you can take little classes on each of these ideas. So I'm going to, and you see up here at the top, it has each of these classes listed up here at the top that you can go down and search through. Anytime you want to go back to the main page, just click the Family History Guide logo at the top. The other thing is, we're available in all these languages. So if I want to just see the Family History Guide in German, I can click on the German type and it will now you can learn your German as you're going through and learning family history at the same time.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So I'll put it back to English. Down here, we have tips on making it easier, making your research more efficient, and making it more enjoyable.
Miles,
Yes.
could you have a split screen and have it in English on one and German in the other?
If you had two tabs open, you could do that, yeah. And you could compare the English tab with the German tab and learn your words that way, yes.
Okay.
Down here at the bottom, if anybody use Amazon Smile?
No.
So anytime you do shopping on Amazon, if you use Amazon Smile, you can contribute to your favorite charity, and we take that charity. We're a 501c or C3 charity too, nonprofit. And then this is some of our big sponsors down here. So just to give you an idea of what's on the page.
Fort Pierce does that.
What's that?
Fort Pierce Genealogical Society does
Yeah.
the Smile.
Yep. A lot of genealogy societies and other organizations have that. We do ours. My wife has a friend who does music programs for refugees in Europe. And so we contribute to her charity when we do that. You can see there's overviews and tours and get started. So just to give you an idea, when you get in here, you can take these overview tours and they get started just to get an idea of what's going on in here. So I'm going to go down to Family Search real quick and show you what a lesson looks like in the Family Search. You'll see down here, the first lesson is navigate. The next one is view details, children and spouses, find recents, alternate views, change info, and so on and so forth. So the project, the first goal is navigating the family tree. So it gives you information about how to navigate the family tree. And then once you've done that, you can take the quiz. And you can see how well you learned that lesson. And it goes through, so, how to sign in to Family Search and move around in the family tree. You can see here that there are links to documents. There are also links to videos. I'm sure you guys can hear my parrots now, can't you?
Yes.
Okay. It's not going to get much quieter for a minute. You can see that there are exercises here, and it tells you, if you think you're good at this, you want to click several different expand buttons. Notice that the family lines expand out in your family tree. And then it tells you, to view the lines back 5 generations and see how you can track your family tree in Family Search. So you just basically, what I recommend people do is you open this up in one tab and you open up Family Tree in another, or Family Search in another tab, and you do the practice sessions and see how they look and how they work. And then you can see we have little videos that are included in here. And so Family History Guide is working on a bunch of videos using AI. So the computer reads it to you and goes through the lesson. So you can actually watch the video and have the computer read the information to you, as opposed to having to read through everything. So this is the sort of thing that you see as you go through. You'll see all of these different lessons. And you can track online your progress. And so I'm going to log into my account on here and close. You can see here under Family Tree, I've gone through and I've done these different lessons. I did that one, I'm done. Okay. So you can set your score, how well you did based on the quizzes you took. You can type in some notes into here, put in information here that helps you learn a little bit more and tracks where what you've found, or, it's like, don't forget your password, write it down. This is because I do this with so many people. They come to the Family History Center, or I work with them over the phone. We log them into Family Search. And then a couple weeks later, they call me back and say, what's my password? I'm like, I don't know what your password is. So we always tell them, make sure you write down your password. You can see the same thing for Ancestry. They have lessons for Ancestry. My Heritage, Find My Past. They also have activities. So in here in the activities program, you can do activities for your family. And it runs through, has a little video demonstration of the activity so you can see what they're doing. And they have them for the family, individuals, youth, and kids, homeschooling. So under here, under youth, is a new program that we just started up. And this one here talks to kids about, you know, finding ancestors, photos and stories, enjoy fun family history activities, explore your family tree, discover places and culture, give the gift of indexing, and using family history apps. So we've got a lot of these fun different ways to work in it. And then we also have lessons for different faiths. So if you're Catholic, you can click on the Catholic lessons and learn how to do Catholic family history and the church records that are out there. You can see like this one connects to Family Search's wiki on Roman Catholic Church in the United States. And when you click on it, it goes right to the wiki, and then you get the information that's there. You'll see the same thing with Ancestry and other websites. Like this one here is the Catholic genealogy website that's out there. And so we provide links to all of these great resources for your research. There's videos here. This one here is from the Family History Fanatics. You can see FHF. This is a video. Find My Past Catholic Baptism Records. You can see here is an RT, and RT goes to a Roots Tech class that was given on using Catholic Church records for Latin America. FS is Family Search. There's some Lisa Louise Cook pages that are connected up here. This one here goes to Roots Web. And so you see the Roots Web discussion about Catholic records research. So, you know, you can get into a lot of really in-depth detail on the different categories that you're looking at. You can see there's for LDS, Catholic, Protestant, and Jewish. Then this is the tracker. This is what I showed you earlier that tracks where you are on your lessons that you're working on. And then there's some miscellaneous things over here, tip of the day, quotes, events, marketplace, so on. But we're going to go over to countries. And you can see here, you can click on which country you're interested in. There's all countries. Up top is the United States, Canada, and England. Then we have, you know, breakdowns of other areas. If I click on Central Europe, you can see there's Germany. So if I click on Germany, I'm going to go into the plan, the lessons for Germany. And you can see the first one's on research, archives and libraries, church and cemetery records, civil registration, immigration and immigration, military records, maps and gazetteers, newspapers, websites, search records, get help, and geo and culture and history. So those are the different classes that are available in here. You can see that they utilize resources from Family Search, Ancestry, My Heritage, the Family Search Wiki, and genealogy links mainly in here. And when you start it says explore German research. So get started researching German ancestors. The first one you get is a 15-minute video from Family Search. And then the second one is a 24-minute video from Ancestry, I believe. Let's see. Yep, Ancestry. Okay. So then it goes down to researching German ancestors. TH is Thought Company. Yeah, that's right, Thought Company. And so we link up to different blogs that are out there that are about the topic that's in here. So you can see a lot of great information about, you know, censuses and parish registers, what kind of information you're going to find. So if you're looking for Baden-Württemberg, you know, you might your ancestor might have been from Baden, Hohenzollern, and Württemberg. So these are the historic regions and then the current regions that you're looking at.
You could be coming.
Towns of origin. So here's what we've been talking in the past, finding German immigrant towns of origin. And this is from Price Genealogy. So,
Okay, I'm a little confused
yes,
on the path to get here.
countries.
From family history, right?
So the family history guide.
Guide.
Yep. I just went for countries.
Oh, okay, countries.
And then under Central Europe, you can pick Germany.
Okay, I see that now. So and what you're actually doing today, you're doing each one of those topics at the top. And
Yes.
all of them, all this is running.
Yeah. So you use those topics at the top to pick the drop downs. I'm assuming the drop downs show for you guys, right?
Yeah, they're showing.
Okay. So yeah, you can pick whatever country. If you're looking for British Isles, you can see it breaks it down to Channel Islands, Ireland.
Yeah, that's really
Alamance.
good. Well, I want to give this to someone who's not aware of this site.
Yep.
I wanted to make sure I had it clear.
Yeah, and if you use like the tour video at the beginning, some of that is explained in the tour video.
Right, that's what I mean, getting him started from the beginning.
Yep.
I mean, he's a professional person, but he used Ancestry and he's like, hey, I don't know where to go from here.
Right.
So I told him to come, to Family Search,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't that specific.
Yeah. So this is the Family History Guide is a Family Search affiliate company.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to the Family Search's website, and they have a page in there with all of these different apps that work with them.
And this
Family
is,
History Guide is one of those apps that one of those programs that works with Family Search.
okay.
But just because we link to them and we have lessons on how to use them, use Family Search.
So if someone is in Family Search and they go and find this app.
I will show you here. I'm going to sign in on Family Search.
I mean, I'm just wondering the path to be able to.
Yeah. So, all the way down here at the bottom on Family Search is what's called Solutions Gallery.
Uh-huh.
And when you click on Solutions Gallery, this provides the partners and things that are available. So you can see like there's charts, games, family tree management, photos and stories, research assistance, search specialties, and other programs that are here. So
that's another whole ball game though.
yeah, you can actually download free software here also for like MyHeritage, their Family Tree Maker program or Family Tree program. You can download Legacy Family Tree from here, branches, a lot of different programs. There's a lot more here than what you're seeing though, because if I click on one of these,
It'll go off on that tangent.
yeah, so if I click on this more for research assistance, we'll go to that page and you'll see the different companies, and there's the Family History Guide right there.
Oh, okay, it comes all the way down, that is there too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to explore that then.
Yeah, but if you just go to the Family History Guide's website, then you're right here and have access to all of this.
Well, all right, so then what do you mean, how do you go to it originally?
thefhguide.com.
Oh, .com.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Sorry I was so dense.
Yeah, and so here's a video here for Ancestry Academy. I don't know if anybody's ever used Ancestry Academy, but this is their learning center for Ancestry.
Yeah, I've used that a
Okay.
lot.
So yeah, this one's back to the basics, German genealogy research, finding the hometown of your German ancestor, and there's a whole series of other ones, the pitfalls of German research, and so on. So basically, what you're getting here is an instructional web page that goes out and tells you where everything else is. It puts it into a lesson plan, so it gives you step by step the process that you need to go through. and then provides you the links of how to, how to access that information. And so once you get done with the research one, then you can move to the archives. And now you're in the archives section. And now you're going to see lessons on how to use the archives and what are the archives for Germany. And so you can follow that one all the way down. Then you can go into church and cemetery records and explore all of those lessons that are there. You can see here's a Roots Tech talk from, I think last year's Roots Tech probably.
Okay, so if you go on to family history.
The family history guide
site.
Yep.
Are all these going to be numbered in the beginning so you see the overview?
So when you go onto the site, this is what you have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't tell you much.
Up top though is your countries. You have your overview video and your tour that you can go through and learn how to use the site getting started. But if you want to go straight to the countries, you can go straight down and pull up the countries list and then click on the area that you're interested in.
Okay.
And then up here, you see the different lessons. So, if you're only interested in civil registration, you can click on civil registration and go right to the lesson for that. You'll see these ones that have a little lightning bolt next to them. Those are called quick links. And if I go down to the bottom, you see down here are the quick links. And these go right to record sets. So if I click on this quick link for German births and baptisms, I go right to the collection in Family Search. And I can search that record collection. It may also connect you directly to Ancestry or MyHeritage collections or something of that sort, depending on the web page you're on. All of these happen to go to Family Search. And so those quick links, anytime you see these little marks, the little lightning bolts at the top, that means that there are quick links to data sets that you can start your research on.
Okay, so we have the intro, all those topics, and then we have goals.
Yep.
Those are two sections.
Yeah, so if you look at them like military records, now you see all these military records here.
Mm-hmm.
How to access military records. So you see Family Search Wiki, some other Family Search documents, genealogger documents, and then
yeah,
quick
that's all
links.
fine and good. I was just trying to get the organization of it.
Yeah. And see here, all of these quick links are to Ancestry databases, data sets. If you go down to the bottom, you can go right to the specific German states that you're interested in doing. So if you're only interested in Baden-Württemberg, I can click on Baden-Württemberg and it goes right to the data set, the wiki for Baden-Württemberg.
Because you're already in Germany.
Right, because you're in the German collections here in the Family History Guide. So yeah, and then you have the Maps and Gazetteers section. And so it's talking to me about German maps, the German Empire, what were the historic boundaries. You can explore the different maps. You can click on them and see all of the information, the current maps here. This is going out to Pixabay, which is an image database. This is a lesson here, a 3-minute lesson on exploring Meyer's Gazetteer. There's information on David Rumsey maps, Ravenstein Atlas. How many people have used the Ravenstein Atlas? Most people use the Meyer's Gazetteer or the David Rumsey's collection, but the Ravensteins is another huge collection. This is the University of Wisconsin's map collection.
What's that name?
It's Ravenstein collection. So I'm looking I gotta move my screen again here and see if I can find it.
Out of where?
University of Wisconsin.
Thank you.
There we go. So there it is. And so you can go in, and I'm going to, I don't want to read more, but I guess it's going to make me, okay, there we go. Okay, let's see if they have it, view the item. And so here are the pages in the book, in the atlas, and then you can zoom in and look at the different maps that are here and available.
Is that really more detailed than the others?
It's a different map. So you're looking at a different time period than the Myers Gazetteer. Actually, let's go back and see what the time period was on this.
Yeah.
This is 1883.
Is that how far back it goes?
So yeah, this map was done in 1883. So this has Poland, Slovakia, Austria, the Czech Republic, and those areas within the German Empire.
Okay, so it's showing those extended areas.
Yeah. So it has the German Empire, so all of Germany plus the Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, Austria.
That's what I need for him. Okay, good.
Yep. And you can see there's a lot of other pages. There's Wikipedia and online maps and so on that have different maps of Germany. So it gives you some more resources there to use.
Okay, very good.
I gotta move my thing again. There we go. I've got these little thumbnails of everybody's picture, and it keeps popping up right in the middle of my screen. So, you know, you got newspapers, websites, and other information up here too. So all of these, you know, depending on what your topic you want to look up, if you're specifically looking at Germany or any other country, you know, if I just want to look up Scotland, I can go right to Scotland and look up those same topics in Scotland. So every country, they try to keep the same general topics, you know, churches and cemeteries, immigration, military, and so on. So you can do that for any country, you know, including Asian countries, you know, that you might not have much information on. We also have one on the Caribbean. And so you can go to North America, Caribbean, and you can see information about different areas of the Caribbean. This one here I use quite often because I have a lot of people who come in that are from, you know, the Caribbean islands, and they don't know how to do research there. And so I can pull this up and say, okay, this is where we're going to start. We're going to get started here. Watch this video. Of course, this video is 1.5 hours long. Next video is 8 minutes long. So there's, you know, some really good resources for them to start with. So one other thing I want to show you all is, you know, once you've gone beyond the countries and information, you have ethnic areas down here. So, you know, African American, Asian, Basque, Hispanic, Jewish, Native American. And then we have this country's knowledge database where you can click on the country. You have to use this topic up top, and there's Germany. So now I have different categories here. So you can see census or church records. If I click on that, it gives you more just general information about those topics. So you can read through them. You know, it's like German censuses may not be as helpful as census from other countries because better, such as church records and civil registrations are available. You know, so it gives you a little bit of hints and information about what things might be your topics you want to look at predominantly. And then we have the vault. Now the vault, you saw there's a lot of information already on those countries, but we have a lot more information that we just don't have a place to put it yet. And until we can find a place to put it, we shove it into the vault. And so most people don't even know about this section over here. If I go to the vault and to the main page of the vault, you see a lot of different things. You know, computer basic, family trees, memories, descendancy, research, indexing, help, technology, DNA, US, countries, and ethnic. So we have all of this information. Again, Germany is here under the countries list. And if I go to Germany, here are a whole series of, you know, beginning research for Germany. A whole series of different presentations and documents or web pages. Resources, you know, Meyer's Gazetteer for the German Empire, a 27-minute video for the Meyer's Gazetteer, Hamburg passenger lists, historic maps and territories, handwriting, you know, 3-part series on handwriting. So it's 3 hours of learning handwriting if you're interested in doing that. And there's some shorter ones up here too. There's some 35-minute German handwriting lessons. And so all of these, we don't have a place yet to place these in the lessons, but they're very important topics. And so we put those into the vault so you can go back to those later and take a look at them. Okay. So this is a very extensive web page, and there's really only about, I think on the web page, actually doing this web page is only 2 guys that are doing all of this. We have 2 people that are in charge of our social media program. I'm in charge of the education program. Jim Tanner, who you may have seen if you watch BYU lecture series on genealogy. He's in charge of our video production stuff. You know, so we've only got maybe, you know, less than 10 people probably doing this whole program. So they're keeping themselves pretty busy. So if you look here, we also have military. So we have Revolutionary War, 1812, Civil War, World War I, and World War II. And these are all the things that we don't yet have a place to place them, you know, in the page. But if you go back to the beginning, and we have a search term, search location. Let's see, there we go. See the little magnifying glass here? It's at the top of every page. It's our search bar. It's hidden for some reason. But if I put in, well, let's just go Germany and hit enter. You'll see now, you'll see these research, the goals 1, 3, you know, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. International research, the vault. So you'll see that it'll pull up information. If I put in something like the Civil War, so you can see there's a military by conflict United States goal E2. So there's a lesson on the Civil War. So if I go down and there's Revolutionary War, and this was E2. So I got to go D, E, and then Indian War, Spanish War, 1812.
What the first Indian?
Oh, that was F. There we go, E2 right here. Nope, that's Korean War. I probably missed it. Let's see. So, but you can go through the page and, you know, find information. So you can actually search for the topics that you're interested in. One of the things that people tend to do is adoption. And you'll see here, there's a couple in the goals and projects. But then we also have some other information that's out there in the vault. Actually, I don't want the vault. I want the, we've moved things just a second. Miscellaneous. No, it's not there either. This tells you what they've added new recently. There is an alphabetical topics. There it is under intro. So alphabetical lists. And so you can now go through here and, you know, if you're looking for adoption, there it is. And when I click on it, now I go right to the lessons about adoption. If I go back over here and go to Germany. There's Germany. And, you know, it pops them right to the lessons. So you can do that through the intro topics area and do your searches that way also. So there's, you know, you have the search term here, you have the intro topics here, and you have the vault for additional information, as well as all of the topics that are up along the top here. We have a blog, we have Facebook, we have YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, and so on that people can access. And then we have our trainers program. And our trainers program, this is how I started out in this. I was one of the first certified trainers for the Family History Guide. And this is what I'm working on now. We're changing this. Instead of certified trainers, we have what's called VIP, which is our volunteer instructors program. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to contact every genealogy society in the United States, as well as every library, family history affiliate library and family history center in the United States. And we're trying to recruit one trainer from every one of those programs. So we'll contact a genealogy society, let's say Indian River Genealogy Society, we'll send an email to them, and we will provide training for somebody in their organization that will then act as a trainer for the Family History Guide with that organization. So basically we'll be able to, you know, demo this website and work with individuals within the societies to promote the use of this as an educational tool. So that's what I'm supposed to be working on. So we sent out the letters. We've got 2 responses, one from South Dakota and one from another state. We'll follow up on those, but I'll be forwarding things out to the Florida societies here in the near future and try to focus in on those.
Miles,
yes.
is that a church calling?
It is not. This is a non-church program. This is done, I mean, most of the board members for here are members of the LDS Church. That's just because, you know, of their interest in this and the connections that we have in other programs. Yeah, it's not linked to it in any way, and it's non-denominational with the programs that we do here. It's just, you know, we've developed this as a training tool, and we want to promote it so that people know that it's here so they can utilize these tools to learn more about the research that they're doing.
So it's volunteer.
All volunteer, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't be given a calling to do this at all.
No, but that's how I'm a family history director, though. You know, that's through a calling at church.
Right. My son-in-law just was called to something in the family history department, but neither one of us is really sure what that actually was. since nobody goes there.
Yeah. So, do you guys? I know I went through a lot of information. The idea here is that, you know, you can get onto the web page. I will post the web page. I'm going to stop sharing here for a second, and I'm going to post it into the chat, so you have the name of the web page there. You can link right up to, and that way, you know, you can get in there and click on that link and just go and play a little bit, learn the process. You know, try a couple of lessons out, see if you can pass the quizzes.
Okay, I'm really not good. This is Cheryl. Where's chat?
I had no idea this was there, and this is amazing to me how all this, it's just amazing how all this happened. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so at the bottom of your screen, you should have the mute and the video and security participants and chat.
Uh-huh.
If you click on that chat button, the chat information will pop up.
Now, but when you go away, I can't find it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you just click chat, you should see the chat will pop up, and you'll see the link down there at the bottom.
So how can I preserve that?
You can click on it, and it'll open up the tab, and then you can just save it in your bookmarks.
Or highlight it.
Yeah, highlight it and copy it.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
I get in here every once in a while onto the web page and I'm like, oh, new stuff, you know, and trying to figure it all out. This is one of the reasons why we're moving away from the certified trainers program, because the certified trainers had to take a test every year. And it got to the point where nobody could keep track of what was being added to the page because it was being updated and new information and new tabs were being added to it. And it was just impossible for anybody to be completely familiar with everything that was going in. So with the volunteer instructors program, you know, we can help them highlight a set of topics. Actually, I'll show you what we have in here again. Under the trainers program, you know, we have things like preparing classes. There are worksheets, course catalogs. If you go to the course catalog, you can see that we have different classes that are already laid out. You know, website introduction to family history guide, overviews, training, beginning, making memories. And so all of these classes are already laid out in here that somebody can, you know, like a mini class, getting started with navigation, 15 minutes class. If you click on it, it lays out the template for the class. And then you just teach from that template. So it makes it very simple. And so when we, you know, get people who are interested in the volunteer instructors program, they can come in and say, okay, I'm interested in, you know, teaching about genetics and testing. So here I have several different classes that I can teach. Ethnicity, I can teach these classes, you know, and so they don't have to make up these classes. They could just go right in here and pull the classes out based on the coursework that we've already prepared for them.
Hey, Miles, as an example, then, like, you know, currently we've always had a beginner's class
Right.
for IRGS,
Yep.
and we started revamping it, and there just seems to be so much already out there.
Yeah.
That it kind of becomes like, well, why bother? You know, like, why bother trying to develop anything if it's going to be, let's say, a year until we can do things in person? Do you think this then would maybe be a potential replacement that, for example, if we were able to get a group of people, new genealogists, people who are new to the topic, would this basically then provide the structure that they could either do it on their own or someone could do a Zoom overview of this for them?
Yeah, and that's absolutely, that's how it's designed, is so that you can use these as introduction classes or any specific topic classes. The other thing in here, and I'm trying to find it right now. Okay, so under Trainer's Corner, this is specifically directed to trainers, so people who are developing classes. And it talks about, you know, how to deliver a class, how to involve the learners, you know, what are instructors' tips, how to do a class evaluation, inspiration, information, and, you know, so this whole section is basically laid out to help the trainers learn how to become better trainers also.
Okay.
So it's not just the genealogy portion of it. We're using this to, you know, how do you become more effective as a trainer?
Right.
And here are the tools.
On anything, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So potentially, like, what we could maybe look at doing, instead of working on trying to develop course content, we could look at looking for volunteers who might be interested in being trainers.
Right.
And if we had those volunteers, you know, go through a training module like this, then basically they could deliver a Zoom training session using this material.
Yes.
Okay. That just seems to be a lot better to me in terms of delivering a good structured product.
Yeah. So here, see here, there's a section on preparing a class with the family history guide. And so, you know, presenting the family history guide, preparing an online topic class, in-person topics, preparation tips. So, and we have these blank class worksheets. We have some example class worksheets also. And I don't know, let me know if you see this coming up, because I think I'm sharing the whole screen.
Yep.
So here, I want to enable editing so I can put this over. So here you have your class intro, you outline your steps that you're going to be doing, which videos, what notes, how many minutes these are. So you can lay out, what's that?
It disappeared. I'm seeing a blank screen.
It's blank.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to share it this way.
Now I see it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
so this is a worksheet that we set up for the classes. And so, you have your intro, you have your steps and choices from the goals that are there. You can pick which ones you want to talk about, highlight the videos and the links you want to use, the notes, and then how many minutes each of these pieces go. And then, this is basically telling you, this is how you fill out your class instruction sheet. And so it lays out, setting up your outline for the class. So
Yep.
you can do that.
So in essence, you can tailor the content for the class to what the students might need or want.
Right. You can pick and choose different goals. You don't have to go through one entire project. You can
Yep.
pick like goals 1, 4, and 7, and then go to another project and pick goals 2 and 4, and then put that together into a class that's specifically tailored to the interests of the students that you're talking to.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So, any other questions?
I'm on info overload.
Absolutely agree.
The one thing we have to tell people is you can't do research on the family history guide, but it's there to provide you the steps and the instruction and where to go to do the research that you want to do.
But
Wow.
Feel for overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you have to do is get yourself on there and just play.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What an incredible resource.
Woo, I'll say.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Blows
All
my
the
mind.
different topics.
Mhm.
Hey, Miles, do you have a scavenger hunt for this yet?
I do not.
Good idea, Mike.
I don't know. I might have done one in that June session. There might have been one on the family history guide. I can't remember if I did it or not.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Because, I mean, I really liked that learning approach.
Yeah.
Because it kind of like gives you a focus. It's not like Marilyn says, information overload. It's kind of like, okay, I have a task and now I have to use this resource to understand and walk me through how to use the resource to accomplish the task.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why, if you did it already, you couldn't do a repeat, Miles.
Yeah, I have to go look, see if I did that already.
Just like you have something else to do, like you're just so,
Right,
bored.
right. Yeah, I think I actually have to get something prepared for Saturday.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Well, you can kill two birds with one
There
stone.
you go.
And we'll post it on the website.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
post it on Facebook and we'll post it on the IRGS website.
I'll see if I get some time to do that. I will have some time coming up here in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
So
No
I'll see.
pressure, no pressure.
If my little puppy didn't need so much attention.
Oh, come on.
Miles, thank you so much. I didn't realize the site was even there, so I
Yeah.
appreciate it so much. Thank
Yep,
you.
thank you.
And that's the big thing. Most people don't even know it's there, and it's hidden behind that that link on Family Search. It's hard to find there, and you don't know about this unless you've been at a conference or a program that we've put on. At Roots Tech, we have a big booth at Roots Tech, and we talk to thousands of people during that week. And the majority of the people who come up to us are like, I didn't know this thing existed.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing we're trying to do now, is trying to promote the access to this. So when you guys go out there, play around with it, and just see what sort of information you can find in there that might be helpful for whatever research you're doing. It doesn't have to be German, it could be anything. And I'm sure you're going to find some lessons in there and some connections up to you know, online videos or worksheets or blogs that will help you, you know, with your research as you move forward.
It appears too that you can just key in thefhguide.com and go right to the
Yep.
site also.
Yep, thefhguide.com will send you right to the web page. And anytime you're in the web page, just click on the little logo up in the top left corner, and it'll send you right back to that first page in case you get lost.
I'm anxious to get in there.
It's a whole lot better than solitaire.
Yes, yes.
Well, and it's a whole lot better than trying to go out to all these individual websites. I mean,
Right.
you've got it all in one place. You just go click, 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 you know, and you're there.
Yeah, I'm going to show you one more thing on this, and go back out to the page. And if I can remember where it was, I'm just going to go to, I'm going to go back to Germany once and see if it's here. Where we have a lot of the information and topics, is it? Now, one of the pages, and I can't remember where the page is, but it lists all of our sources that we use to put things together on this web page.
Can you just type in sources under that search?
No, it'll be at the top of one of the pages, because you saw where it said like FS, ACC, TH, you know, all of those. We have a page where it lists all of those sources, and so you can see how many different web pages we access through here. And it's you know, dozens of websites. We use Linkpendium, we use Roots, you know, RootsWeb, US GenWeb, Ancestry, Family Search, you know, all of the big ones, and then a bunch of smaller minor companies that you probably never even heard of before. And by utilizing these links, you get out to resources that you might not have ever discovered previously.
Interesting to do.
Wow.
So next month, we're going to be discussing Family Search. And we're going to go through, if you attend the meeting on, or the class I'm doing on Saturday, you'll see some of the stuff, but it won't be specific to Germany. It'll just be some of the stuff about how to find unindexed records and how to search the films without knowing, you know, only 22% of the films have been indexed. The other 78% have not been, and there's 8 billion images.
Oh, gee.
So you think about that, 78% of those 8 billion have not been indexed. So there's a little bit of information out there that you don't find in the search.
What is the access information to Saturday's thing?
It's in the newsletter. So if you got the November newsletter from the IRGS, you'll find the link in there.
Okay.
Any other questions?
It's on page 8 of the newsletter.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miles. That was very informative.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Just have to get busy on there.
It's good that you do that periodically so that we, you know, we become more aware of what's going on and how to use it.
Yeah, and I know that the syllabus for this year is on the German Gigs group in the IRGS website. So if you want to see what we're talking about for the rest of the year through April, I think, you can go right there and pull down the syllabus.